know that.
Alrighty.
Okay, do you remember the name of the movie that came out where like these 3 kids got alien powers?
Chronicles?
And they videotaped it?
Chronicles?
There's 3. Are you sure it's Chronicles?
That's the one where they get, that's what the superpower one, right?
And one dies?
Yeah, the
There's
black
3?
one dies. Yep.
Yeah, the black one dies in the sky?
Yep.
In the thunderstorm with the weird kid?
Yep, that was Chronicles.
Okay.
Yep, that was way better than this.
This was like Chronicles for kids, but different.
Except Chronicles was a way better movie.
I'm not saying it wasn't better or worse. I'm just like...
Okay, so
Chronicles.
obviously, I finally got Lewis to come back.
Thank you.
He,
Oh, we're on air?
yeah, we're...
Whoa, what have we been rolling? Okay.
Like the past couple minutes while you were talking about Chronicles.
I thought I was trying to set myself up for this review. All right. Let's go. What's up, everybody?
So that happened. Lewis is with me, obviously. He's back. I tried to get him back earlier, but he was in New York.
Sorry.
So it's okay. We're finally getting everyone back. It's good. It's good, warm.
It is warm. It's real nice out.
I know. It's
a good time to see movies.
Rolled out a window, actually. It's a little it's muggy in here. There you go. Okay.
That's my fault.
Alright. So we just got Earth to Echo, which is like the found footage kids movie about a robot owl.
It did look extremely like an owl. I thought that would have played something into the... It was able to hide because it looked like an owl. They didn't even explain
They
it.
didn't really explain much of anything. It's not very good.
I haven't... Yeah.
At least I didn't think it was very good.
I mean, I tried to look at it through the eyes of a kid, and like I could see how they could be entertained. Yeah, older kids are going on an adventure, sticking it to the older siblings, sticking it to the like kind of man. I'm not saying it was good. I was just trying to view it through that eyes, and then
there was a couple kids next to I got more laughs out of the kids in the theater.
We just showed up, and there was nobody there. So
nobody there. We thought we were gonna have it to ourselves.
We kind of hoped it would be that way.
Then like a small group of like 5-year-olds came in. It's like crap. Yeah, I didn't say crap.
They were
obviously,
smart.
No, I thought the kids in our theater were funnier than the kids in our movie.
They were intelligent and had great diction. I don't know who these parents are. But
I know. Like
bravo,
I was thoroughly impressed. Like you know, there's a part in the movie where like the Munch kid. I'll get to that.
There's
like,
3 characters.
There's 3 characters. Munch, the only kid I even kind of liked in this movie.
Okay.
Like jumps back in the truck. The kid's next to me yells out, "He's crazy!" And then the other kid next to me goes, "No, he's trying to save his friend." I was like, "My God!"
And you see why this appeals to 5-year-olds. They were like, "This is as far as our brains can go, but we know what's happening." That's crazy. He's trying to save his friend.
Like I was kind of like, I feel like I should recruit them because they got this whole critique thing down.
They were on point.
They were on point. I liked them. I thought they were funny.
From the ones to the left of us and the ones behind us.
Even then, like one of the kids next to me got like bored halfway through, and he was like grabbing the handlebars in front of us, kind of like doing the thing I do when I get bored, where I kind of like see how it looks, doing different shapes with my hands and stuff like that. But
you're just kind of
like, oh, look at all this stuff around here. I mean, it's not the worst movie I've seen. Like even this week, Tammy was worse. But
well, we'll get that's your other review. Check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, that'll be up soon. I'll get around to it. Anyway, so
that'll be up before this.
Yeah, it
exactly.
Will.
See,
Yeah,
so go check it out.
There you go. Okay.
What was I gonna set it up? Eminent domain. We start off with eminent domain. These kids who are in the movie theater are like 5 years old with us as eminent domain. I was impressed, I guess.
I just know that I knew I was gonna have a fun time with the kids were gonna make me laugh, because the first thing I heard from the kid behind me was when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trailer played, and we'll get to that. And he just goes, "Oh yeah,
that's funny.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles."
And these kids, and the 3 main kids in the movie were 13.
Were they 13?
Yeah, they were 13. Their ages screened on the screen.
I missed that.
Okay, they were all 13.
I know they were like kind of.
So they're teenagers too. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, here's the problem with this movie: is like 2 out of 3 of these kids can't really act. I take it back. 3 out of 4.
Yeah, 3 out of 4. That girl was atrocious.
And like the guy they give the focus on is this kid named Tuck. I'm sorry, he can't act at all.
Tuck from New York City?
Yeah, the Tuck from New York City.
I don't know what character they were trying to imagine.
Like, I don't know, like they're trying to go for like a kid who's trying to be
a tough inner city kid,
but really just fails at it.
But
he's kind of a douche too.
Yeah,
kind of an asshole friend in general. Like, they
all have major flaws, I guess. That's why they're all hanging out together.
Yeah, but that's what make me likable.
Well, I didn't say it was, but maybe they're trying to say something.
Maybe, I don't know. Either way, it failed. In my opinion, it failed. So we have Tuck, the kid with the cameras,
extraordinaire,
and that's always the problem with these found footage movies. They're constantly trying to find excuses why on earth they wouldn't just drop the cameras and run like any normal person would do. But they kind of, at a certain point,
because
they really
you can't hold on to the camera and run with that footage. Audiences would just be sick.
Yeah,
so they have to find ways to work around that too. Reasons to have cameras and reasons to not have running footage.
Exactly. So at certain points, like you can tell they're just making up excuses as they went along. Sometimes they didn't even bother with that. It's like, oh hey, I'm gonna bring my camera for no apparent reason. And you have the other kid, the second kid, the foster kid, Alex. He's not a very good actor either. He was okay at first, but then it went on. I was like, okay, yeah, this wasn't intentional. This kid just can't act. He's very just dull, not much personality there. The only kid
he was a face.
Yeah, he was a face, and he said lines. That's about all you can really say.
That's all I got.
And the only kid I think even has potential is the third kid, named Munch. He's not a great actor, but I can tell he's trying harder than the other two.
Yeah, you could see actual emotion come out of him.
Like, I could tell compared to the other two kids, he was actually playing a character. I was actually kind of impressed. Like, okay, this kid might have a career after this movie.
His mother was funny, too. Did you see the spaceship?
We'll get to that, because that was the best line in the movie.
That's pretty good.
That was, like, the only part where I was like, okay, that was legitimately really funny.
I'll also give them props for their CGI. Sometimes overbearing, sometimes it doesn't really make sense, but most of it, I'd say, was nicely done. It wasn't graphically ugly.
Okay, so let's go over the story a little bit. So the movie starts out with these three kids and introduces them individually, like, it has that kind of teenager-y thing where it's like, here's our story.
Yeah.
Like, big flashy effects and YouTube. It has a big YouTube channel, which I was
oh yeah, they really tried to integrate like social networking. No, I just say tech.
Yeah, like iPhones and Google Maps and all that stuff. I was kind of laughing to myself though. I'm looking at the kid's view count on his YouTube page.
Oh, I didn't do that.
I was looking at that. I was like, motherfucker, he has more views than I do.
I mean, come on, he's got the backing of a couple studios or whatever those studios were. They treated us to a really nice like star showing before.
Yeah, and I was like,
that was highlight maybe.
Like I think one was, I forget what they were called. I know there are companies I've never heard of before, so that really kind of raised
one
the red
looked
flag.
Like the Milky Way Galaxy.
I think one was just called like P Studio or something.
Yeah,
like
I think so.
Or P Films.
I don't know. It's no Orion, who are bankrupt now, but.
Oh well, there's a tier. But anyway, so apparently everyone in their neighborhood is getting kicked out because a construction company
is building a highway.
Wants to build a freeway
in Nevada.
That alone makes no fucking sense.
Well, okay, at least it could be in Nevada, Area 51. Whoa, but not even.
No, not even. They couldn't even that route. But I probably would have been annoyed if they did.
Okay, right. So eminent domain is, a really big issue, and so if like this. They were taking out an entire community.
I know. Like, I was like, there's no way.
Cities.
No way they could have done that.
Not in this administration's time. Not with the.
Like, if it was like the 40s or even the 70s, I might be able to believe it because I don't know anything about those decades.
Well, the highways were built in the 50s, Eisenhower.
So yeah, like around the late 40s, early 50s, you could have easily bought that. But this is clearly modern age.
Even into the 60s.
Yeah, but this is like modern age. There's no way.
I think that would have been a good jumping off point. You start with the paving over of just an area of highways from then, and the rocket crashes, and it's not touched for so long. And then the government's like, we need to build new highways, backing of Megacorp, and Megacorp is evil, but we don't even know why they're evil, why they're after this guy.
They never tell us.
Okay.
They're just there.
I really tangented. We were on track with the plot. 3 kids, cities being destroyed.
No, please, I welcome tangents. That's when I built my whole ranting throne. Please get riled up. I feel like I'm the only one that gets riled up on this shit. Oh, good. The jacket comes off. All right, this is gonna be good. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna like this.
No, I'm just a little warm.
Okay. Well, damn.
No, that's not necessary.
There you go. I'll just turn the air conditioner there. There we go. Now we're good. All right. Actually helps the lighting a little bit. There we go.
Hey.
There we go.
Well,
okay. So, yeah. So, right. So this is the last night they're spending together. They said, okay. Meanwhile, everyone's phone starts freaking out.
Cell phones
specifically, and it keeps popping up an image of this random, obviously map.
What I really liked is they actually had to communicate by some
the old-fashioned
analog phones.
Yeah,
I mean, granted, they were punch buttons, not like this rotator ones, but
yeah, it was like really just
that was nice. That was nice to show that those existed.
Yeah, I mean, I remember using those phones as a kid.
And they did, and then so they were deciding what to do for the night because it'd be their last night together, and their phones are messed up, and they
won the Munch kid who he was going to grow up to be like an engineer or something based on his track record.
Goodness, he was doing something in his. Well, we'll get there.
Like think Squid from Rocket Power, and that was Munch, pretty much.
Sounds about right.
For those who grew up in the 90s.
A little more awkward.
A little more awkward, yeah.
Yeah.
But basically same level, basically same exact character, right down to the hair color.
Yeah.
But anyway, Munch figures out that it's actually, oh look, it's a map. And apparently no one else is asking any questions. That's another thing that really bugged me.
But he doesn't want to go on this mission. Like, no, he's scared.
He's like the scaredy cat, high-tech dude who's like really the insecure one of the group.
And to get him to go, they paid tribute to Robin Hood, Men in Tights?
Yeah, no. Either way, like
Robin Hood and the Seven.
Some Robin Hood movie.
I should know this.
Like Robin Hood and the Seven Thieves?
No, that's not.
Either way, some Robin Hood movie starts playing the soundtrack over like not Skype, and that convinces them all to go for some reason.
Could have been. Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah, and they decide to go, and they bike
far.
They bike really
far. It's like 3 hours till sunset.
This is the longest. This is the longest like freaking night I've seen the movie in a long time. Because think to bike anywhere where they went in this movie must take hours at a time.
Seriously.
So it's surprising that it's actually the sun actually rises when it does. You think it would happen a lot sooner. But anyway, so they find this. So they get all excited. They're all amped up. The Tuck guy won't shut up. And as he keeps trying to throw like one stupid one-liner, none of them are funny.
Well, he's I think trying to run his YouTube account.
Yeah, I mean, he's still more popular than I am, so what do I...
Okay, well, I guess we'll start taking notes. Let's,
Okay, look, let me put it this way. It's like if I grab the camera and just start doing, hey guys, what's up? Hey, yo dog, whoa, hey dog, how's it going? Yeah.
We get to say hi, Mom.
I was like, hi, random person. I probably get sued if I showed that. So there you go. I'm gonna let him rock by. Yeah, okay. See, I'm not gonna show that. See, I'm gonna have really glitchy footage like this, really shaky. And it's, okay, you got the point.
I don't think they like that.
No, they probably don't. They ran off really fast.
They didn't like me in the first place.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much a whole hour and a half movie. This movie's only an hour and a half long.
Really?
It felt longer. It felt a lot longer.
It started at 6:40. It ended at what?
It's like the movie's like an hour and 35 minutes long. I checked it before he came in there.
Okay.
But like it felt a lot.
It slowed down.
It felt a lot longer.
Montages, needless interaction that didn't solve any plot. You know, I was hoping for a hero circle, and it was like a hero's quarter step. Not even I don't even know where we started.
I don't even know what that means.
And I can't, the hero's journey, and they face something, and it deters them, and then they keep working back up, and they get knocked down one more. Then there's the climax and the victory, and they come back down. And
it kind of. It never,
but there was no final battle again. Well, I'm jumping ahead, but So I mean, so the phone message they get leads them to a little artifact.
Like an artifact. And he...
Tuck.
the Tuck immediately looks at it and goes, that's garbage, that's stupid. And just basically goes, let's go home. I'm like, dude.
Well, that's because the scriptwriter said he had to do it for his YouTube account, and then you didn't see it was anything. So, like, that, I think...
And then, of course, it
didn't have much strength, and he couldn't act anyway.
Yeah, he couldn't act anyway. So, like, even then, it's like, dude, that's clearly doing something. It's fucking up all the phones. So, clearly, we should probably take that with us. But, like, no, that's garbage. Why are you bothering with that? That's stupid. Beep, beep. Tuck's really kind of a jerk.
He is, he is. He really is.
Like, when he's meeting with his friend Alex before they ride off, he's making foster boy jokes, and the jokes are, like, really mean.
Yeah, he is not, not somebody from New York I think I'd be aware of.
That is like really mean jokes. I'm like, dude, he's your friend?
I guess.
I had friends like this. I dumped them a long time ago.
I don't think you'd even call them friends.
No, I don't. Not any. Well, I did at the time because I was an idiot. But
what's changed?
What? Now changed. I have a YouTube channel now.
Oh, I see. You get to spread it. No, it's okay. I'm just kidding. So, like, they find the artifact. They go running around trying to add more pieces to it, trying to understand what it is. It kind of communicates with them, and they know to avoid the construction company.
And that's pretty much the movie.
That's the movie.
That's like they just go from like they call it Echo, starts leaving from like one place to another that has all the parts the big bad government guys come in, they take Echo away, and they capture the kids, and they take the kids with them.
Well, before they even did that, the female.
Oh yeah, the girl. I forgot. They call her mannequin girl because she looks like a mannequin, and Munch thinks mannequins are hot. Didn't think I'd find a mannequin fetishist
I don't even know the
movie.
casting choice, like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. You really couldn't find another type of girl for leading, especially the setting is Nevada.
She's barely in the movie too, so it's like that's why I completely forgot about her. She's barely in it.
Did she say anything that like wasn't involved relating to saving the boy? Like, was she even a developed female character?
No.
She acted like some fat woman was her mother and tried to save them when.
The closest thing we got to character development with her is when she was introduced at her home, which they broke into.
Yeah.
And she has an argument with the parents about not wanting to be the prissy. Cliche
not to
girl.
be homecoming queen, and like the mom's like, well, in 3 years you can start thinking about that.
It's like, so okay, so we're going to sexist.
God.
We're going to sexist parent territory.
Not even that.
Now.
That was such stereotypical. Like, if there are families out there like that, I personally, I feel like I should feel sorry for you, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Not the opinion of this guy. But you don't want parents overbreathing you like that. And so, I don't know if it was an appeal to the audience kids who have that problem.
Know. It's never brought up again, so again, it's kind of completely pointless. This character.
Like a lot of the movies.
Yeah.
We were introduced to characters and then...
It's disappeared. And like, some of the parts just got weird. Like, especially towards the end of the movie.
Well, what about the bad guy for the construction company?
Oh yeah, the construction guy. Who's just kind of an evil...
Nameless, faceless white guy with some stubble.
Not even give it a name.
No.
He just like come there, is like, I'm looking for Echo. He doesn't actually, like, he's not very...
The alien. He even tells them the truth about what it is. What kind of government thing he does that?
Pretty much every movie involving an alien since the 90s. I think E.T. did it. It's been a long time since I've watched all of E.T.
I'm just gonna keep sighing at how this movie...
Okay, like here's the big problem with this movie. It's like a lot of the stupid things you could forgive if the characters are interesting.
And we almost had some interestingness with Munch.
Yeah, Munch like was the only character like...
Was his real name Reginald?
Yeah, like the real name was Reginald. They called him Munch. I don't know why.
Well, no, because you don't want to call him Reggie. Well, you could have called him Reggie. Yeah, because Tuck was probably short for Tucker. I mean, I don't know. I just work here.
No, I agree. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, my problem is like when you have any movie with like an alien creature that you're supposed to bond with, you gotta, like, here's the thing. Like, let's take E.T. for example. I'm not saying I'm a big fan of E.T. I don't think I've even seen the thing all the way through. But the reason that movie worked for a lot of people is because they developed the relationship between the alien and the boy.
Well, Drew Barrymore was cute.
Oh, there's that too.
She was young enough to provide that where you could be like almost not a character and be yourself. You know, the young kids usually, they always do really well.
Yeah, and it's like, well, that and the fact that it's like the alien is given a very distinct personality in E.T. Like, it's its own person. Echo's never really given much of a personality.
Was Echo biological? Was it technological?
I don't know. It's not explained.
And it looked like an owl that
for some
had
reason.
no... Like, you think, okay, so it looks like an owl means it was hiding around everywhere.
And I guess. I don't know. I think they just picked what they thought was going to look cute at the
well,
time. I don't know what the fucking point was. I guess kind of like... The whole movie really is pretty much pointless, because at the very end of the movie...
Well, yeah, let's get there. So, like, the kids get Echo back, because the government leads them.
Wait, hold on. I should explain this part, because...
So, some of the kids are captured.
So, like, they're in a diner now after, like, oh, yeah.
They jumped into, was that the pinball?
Oh, yeah. So they go into an arcade.
To get a part.
To get a part. That's because, like, what happens, they go in a place, Echo, like, summons the part, everything breaks, and just flies all over the place, and attached to, like, he's making a key to a spaceship that he has somewhere.
Did they run into the bar?
They ran to a bar too, but that was before.
Shirley Temples. I thought that was funny. I enjoyed the sassy woman giving them Shirley Temples.
Yeah, for like
the
5 seconds she was in there.
Come here, young man. That was like about the creativist character, most creative character there was. Most creative character there was. She gave them Shirley Temples. They didn't know what those were. Shirley Temples are delicious. I encourage you to get them and give me your maraschino cherry stems. I'll eat those.
Okay.
True fact.
So then they go into an arcade and it's closed. For some reason, it's not locked. And they go in there.
They even asked why it wasn't locked.
Yeah, they're like, why is it not locked? And of course, shit goes down. He gets the part he needs, and but then
every time he has to get a part, though, it goes flying around the room.
Yeah, it just destroys everything.
Never quiet.
So then a security guard naturally comes in to figure out what the hell's going on and gets Alex. and they fucking leave him behind, and until like the mannequin girl who like
what was her name?
Who cares?
Yeah, mannequin girl goes back.
Mannequin girl goes back, and she uses Echo to like create a distraction, which straight out of a fucking horror movie. Like what it does is Echo like turns on all electronics in the room.
And somehow
it's a pitch
the
black
guards
arcade.
lose track of Alex.
And the guards, I would too. I kind of understand the guard because
no.
Here's the thing. Think about it. If you're just in the room talking to a little kid, and all of a sudden everything just starts going crazy, like what the hell is going on? Then you get a phone call with just some weird like sound. I would be just pretty distracted too.
They're paying me money to watch your kid. It shouldn't be that hard. She comes up to him and says, "Hey, let's go." There's no guard anywhere. Not the point. So they get
because he's dealing with a horror movie scenario. I'd get the hell out of there. Get the heck out of
that was kind of cool though. At least the CGI of that part they did well.
True. Yeah, the CGI was decent.
They did okay at some points. I want to give them the credit where they do deserve some credit, where there's not much to give in this movie.
Yeah. It's just so after they get out of that, naturally, Alex is a little pissed because like his friends just freaking straight out abandoned him. Like, that was the one part I kind of understood where he was coming from. I'd be pissed too in that same situation.
Especially if we're pushing the foster kid angle.
He's he's an orphan, therefore he has abandonment issues, which Maybe. I don't know how his parents said.
But that's
neither here nor there.
An angle, like, was that necessary?
No, it's not, because they don't really do anything with it.
Exactly. Like, we never see his adopted parents, who apparently have a baby. That's what he gets made fun of for, right?
Oh yeah,
they already have one baby. Why would they want you?
Like, that's a horrible joke.
Tuck lies about kissing mannequin girl who Alex likes, and I think that's what leads to partially their fight, beyond being left behind. Either way, they're in a diner.
No, hold on. I want to talk about it.
Okay.
The more we talk about it, the more we realize, wow, this guy was a real jackass.
Jackass, poorly acted, like...
Just obnoxious little brat.
Lies
to his friends about making out with a girl he did not make up with.
His family was really depressing.
Oh, yeah. I really give a shit.
His family, like, he said, bye, I'm going to go hang out with my friends. They're talking to each other, and they said, yeah, okay. And then he says, no, we're going to go back in the middle of the desert. And
problem is, this is after he made the foster kid jokes.
No, that was before.
Was that before? No, I'm pretty sure it was after.
No, it was before. He says, I'm bye, and then he goes and meets him.
Oh, okay.
And then he makes a joke.
Either way, the kid was really obnoxious.
I'm not saying he wasn't, but I mean, like, coming from that family... his brother invited him to a party.
There was that.
That's like
a party you should not invite your brother to.
Only some of the like. No, that's cool. He's 13. You're maybe like 18. You're cool. You can invite your little brother if you're cool.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like a bunch of alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. You really want to bring your kid to that? Your brother to that? I don't know. That's just me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Either way, like, he gets invited, and I thought that was some more human character interaction. Like, there was some interaction where, like, he's like, oh, I get to go to this. Cool.
Even he only appears like 3 times. In the movie.
Brother's barely there. That was funny though. That was funny.
I will admit that.
Okay.
I was like, okay, kind of chuckle worthy.
So they're in the diner after the fight.
Yeah, after the fight, and then big bad government guy comes in because he somehow knows they have Echo for some reason.
They took out like a
sound recorder.
Yeah, like a high-tech sound recorder that you'd use for like quality recordings for videos or movies.
And I guess he was trying to lure it out.
I
guess that's what, because he was like playing sounds. I guess like the owl thing made or something, and I guess that lured it out and. They capture it, and Munch gets all upset.
He just pulls the backpack out of Munch's hand.
Yeah, and then he runs after and jumps in the back of their truck. And so now they're trying to catch, the other guys are trying to catch him. So they go to the party, because that's the closest place they can get to anyone with a car.
And they're going to take his older brother's car.
Yeah, and
so when they get there, I like this part. I'm not going to lie. I thought this part wasn't even half bad because I'm a college grad, a college kid, a co-ed rather, and I could see this not exactly happening the way it was, but laugh at the absurdity of it. They arrive, and the kid opens the door and says, the cops are here, to the 3 of them, and they're very young looking, and it's great. So that was really good. And then eventually later he comes back and says, no, the cops are really here. And you see the flashing lights. They hide in the bathroom. Tuck goes out and tries to find his brother Marcus, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
And
they can't find him.
Like, they show a time lapse of Mannequin Girl and Alex just sitting there.
Doing nothing,
apparently no conversation. So yeah,
that totally makes sense how they got together at the end.
And then out of nowhere you hear the... and he's asleep in the shower where they
That was
couldn't
kind of
see him.
funny.
That was great.
That was kind of funny.
That was great.
For a movie that had a few laughs in it, it's like, okay, that wasn't bad.
Tuck comes back. I can't find him. Yeah,
Where is he? He's in the shower.
They easily grab the keys out of his pocket. They're in his hot rod.
Then learn to drive in less than 5 minutes.
I really hope that it wasn't a stick. I'm pretty sure it was automatic. Pretty sure it was automatic. There's no way that kid could have handled a stick. He could barely drive the car.
Here's my thing. Here's what I was thinking while I was watching this, is that you really didn't need the alien in this movie.
It didn't add a thing, other than it just wanted to get home.
Because, spoiler, at the very end, it still ends pretty much the way it was going to anyway. The other 2 kids still move out of town.
Yeah.
The Tuck still stays in town.
The nonchalantness then they give at the end of the movie about what they encountered.
Yeah, it's kind of why couldn't this movie be about 3 kids who are trying to enjoy their last night together?
It could have done a lot better in a lot of regards.
That would have been a lot better. If we played that right, you could have easily had another Sandlot movie or something like that. Something really fun and simple.
There was
kids
nothing
movie.
that for you to hold on to because none of them made you want to hold on.
Exactly, because they spent all the time trying to make bombastic, loud sounds and special CGI effects.
I didn't even think the sounds were too loud and that scary at all.
Well, it's whenever something, it's not scary, it just seems like a bunch of stuff, bum, 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 bum.
Oh yeah, when the pieces would fly around.
Yeah,
sure.
It just moved from one of that scene to another.
And then you sit in the mind of a parent, there weren't even too many adult jokes.
No, not really.
There's some questionable times where Munch said something was blah 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 his balls, and I thought, wow, that's
scary.
That's a way to
balls.
Go. Yeah, you're gonna say that to the 5-6-year-olds who are maybe repeat that, and
they're picking up worse things.
They surely are, but nothing added. It's not necessary. It's not necessary.
No, it's.
I'm thinking about it as a children's.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
No, it's not. I'm not even nitpicking on it. I'm just thinking it's children's. It's aimed to the children. Adults they couldn't even hit.
I mean, I'm not even the closest one to even come close to criticizing anyone on language.
Yeah, no, not on language though. I understand that, but you wouldn't swear in the middle of the movie, and I just think they could have picked better language to reach a target audience.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree, but it's one word. That's the only anything close to a bad word.
No, yeah, there was nothing bad.
It's one of those things you can forgive it.
Well, why were the bad guys bad? Why did they shoot down the ship, which they said they did, and then they couldn't do when the ship was building itself for Well, okay, so they drive.
They drive all the kids to.
They drive all the remaining kids outside of Munch, who's been taken by the construction company, to the construction site.
Mm-hmm. And after that, they get captured too, and then the evil science guy just basically explains it to them. Just goes
while they watch Echo when they saw Echo being taken
experimented,
apart.
Oh no, poor Echo, this alien we know really nothing about, and he could be the bad guy. That's kind of what I was thinking.
We're not even there yet. We'll get there.
No, it explains if we let him get back in a ship, he could kill a lot of people. It's that's reason enough to question, guys.
Yeah,
I mean, he could be completely right. I know the movie obviously wants to think he's the bad guy, but
he could have been telling the truth.
He could have been absolutely right. You just could have murder thousands of people in your little town.
Absolutely. Well, they get taken then with Echo to the last place they need to go.
But it looks like Echo's dying, all sad tear, and it looks like Alex has built a bonding experience with Echo because he knows what it feels like to be abandoned too. I guess
somehow Echo and him connect. It's not a very strong connection, but it's enough to keep Echo alive.
And they take me to a freaking junkyard, and then all the pieces they needed from the beginning just fly towards them. I feel like that was kind of where I kind of lost it.
Each time they had to go from place to place in the very beginning, they'd get 3, maybe not even 3, 2 pieces, 1 piece.
Yeah, one piece.
Really 1 piece.
And this
last one they pick up
all
40.
the pieces.
No, they pick up 40.
Because at the diner he lost all the pieces.
Okay, he lost a lot of pieces at the diner.
And so I feel I was watching this, I was you guys could have saved a lot of time if you just came to the junkyard first.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know they were following the map.
I'm just saying, even Echo could have hey, all I need is right in this handy little source here. Seriously, let's go over there.
They could have done a better job.
So
they were even able to communicate with it through yes and no questions. They could have done.
It's have you heard of a junkyard? No. Do you want to see it? Yeah. Boom. End of movie.
Not even. All right, so
then
Echo comes back, and somehow they're all able to get away because he builds a wall of sheet metal and other debris.
And then as they're driving,
construction people.
And as they're driving, this is the part where it made me laugh.
Oh my goodness! This
is in all the trailers. Whereas he's driving the car.
Trailers?
Yeah, there's a trailer for this movie.
Well, we're about to talk about a trailer.
But
Bum.
very true, actually. So his road is blocked by one truck, so he goes to the other side, but an oncoming truck is sent right towards him, and then Echo just freaking deconstructs and reconstructs the truck behind him.
With his momentum still going.
With his momentum still going. Meanwhile, the truck driver is just like still in his seat, like
what's going on here? And Tuck has enough time to be all like slow motion,
watching the truck go behind him. I just want to see what the truck driver's response was. Like, I just want to, like, okay, what's he thinking right now?
Breaker, I just got broken apart. I don't really know what happened. I don't even know. I couldn't answer that one.
If you couldn't tell right now, we thought this movie was kind of stupid.
Well, okay, so they drive away, they get away.
And it turns out the ship is in
Alex's
backyard.
A guy without a home, who has a home, is leading the other one without a home to home.
That's closely to symbolism we're going to get in this movie.
The stars were nice. They had shots of the stars at night, which I liked. Yeah, hopefully makes you think about whatever. Ooh. Stars are always good for pondering.
So they have their big teary goodbye moment, which I didn't really care about because I didn't really care about any
there was no connection.
Exactly.
No connection.
Exactly. There was no connection.
And when they tried to show you there was a connection, it was like done secretly and.
It's just one of those things. Like you're forcing it. It shouldn't be forced. Stuff like that's organic. Like that's what made E.T. work. That's made like even Super 8 did a better job of this.
What about the Iron Giant?
Iron Giant's a great example.
Course. Yeah. Well,
that's a great movie. Like same thing. Like they built up the Iron Giant. They gave him a very unique personality. And they gave him something you can connect with.
Look what I thought was great, because the Echo saw out of the eyes of Alex's phone. When Alex
that was kind of clever.
So use that, do something, and they...
Like, that was actually kind of clever.
It was, but they didn't do anything with it. That would have been great. Like, leave the eyes over here. They took Echo. Where's he looking? Because it took the phone with him? I don't know.
Why didn't they do that? That could have been so useful. Like, he can connect with the other phone with the map. He has the eyes right there. He just got... Fuck, why didn't I think of that?
I think the question is, why didn't the makers of Earth to Echo think of that?
No, you're right. And it's like, that's such a better idea than what they went with.
I mean, Well, in any case, so they go underground to where he is the key, and I think this is where we're starting to look like, uh-oh. This guy is a little evil.
Like, maybe he is the bad guy. The jury's still out, quite frankly.
This is when, like, the evil, guy living behind the portal has sent his one minion he controls, who wants to rule over the Earth, who the guy behind the portal's not going to let rule and is going to kill because he's the guy behind the portal. Finally gets the key, puts it in, and unleashes doom. Though that took forever to put the key in. There was no doom. There was like, I love you.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
Right,
That would have been the best twist ending. That just out of nowhere, the Echo just went, Zool.
And then we pop out some Stay Puft Marshmallow.
Exactly. Zool, motherfucker, Zool. And just, that would have been great.
Dun. Yeah, but no, there was none of that. It was not fast-paced, heart-stopping action.
It's just boring, really.
CGI did its best of anything. Maybe some of the music wasn't bad. The music wasn't distasteful or out of place.
But either way, have a teary goodbye. Giant ship rebuilds itself in like every hardware appliance in the neighborhood, and somehow nobody sees it.
To expand on that, each single piece necessary to build the ship was underground and was lifted up through the ground. I would have to assume through people's houses. Yep. I mean, they only showed outside, like it'd come up through a manhole cover underneath a flower pot. So I guess not through anyone's houses. And the only person to see it is Munch's mom, who's out jogging. And Munch has been talking for her, pretending to sound like... Actually, that was very clever, because when I was at age 13, I sounded like my mother. So Munch would answer the phone, because he was able to rewire all the phones, because he's brilliant, to his cell phone, and sound like his mother, Betty. Hi, this is Betty. And said something. He wasn't very good at acting at that point, even though he was acting, and was good at that.
So yeah, to be credit, it's actually wasn't terrible performance looking back at it now. Munch was like the only good actor in this movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, only the main actor.
Kid actor.
Yeah. So he'd talk as if he was his mother, and eventually the mother's the only one outside jogging, sees the spaceship.
And Errol's like...
And then everybody comes outside.
Eric's like, whoa, did you feel that earthquake? And I had the exact same question. The mom next scene just shows her going, did anyone see the giant spaceship?
Not to mention it was loud. It set off a car alarm. Only one car alarm. I'm like, that thing was so loud. I heard it here in the movie theater in San Jose.
It looked like one
They're
of
in
the
Nevada.
Covenant ships from Halo.
It
I mean,
was-
this
it
thing
was
was
big.
huge.
It
It
was
wasn't a
big.
dinky thing you could possibly miss.
And Echo is tiny. So the fact that ship was so big, this is like a F5 class destroyer right there. I don't even know what I said, but watch out. That thing was not nice.
This is how the invasion started.
Seriously. So I'm under the opinion because there was no plot really ending. There was no plot to begin with, and we don't know who the bad guys are. There's got to be a sequel coming.
I hope not, because I don't think I could take another one of these.
I could watch it. I couldn't watch any of the previews, I think.
You really think the trailers were that bad?
It's just they weren't movies I think I even wanted to deal with.
Fair enough.
I mean, but
yeah,
we talk about those,
yeah,
right?
I guess. But yeah, I agree. It was just kind of a boring kids movie. I mean, right now it's the market for kids movies is really dry. I mean,
Yeah,
except for How to Train Your Dragon 2. That's still a great
Well,
movie.
yeah, because DreamWorks and Pixar come out with big blockbusters, and everyone else is trying to just dovetail off of that.
Like, I mean, they
And
have
Disney
like
came back with Frozen. So.
I mean, you have the great kids movies like How to Train Your Dragon or even like Frozen and stuff like that. They're big hits, and they have the people that can kind of half-ass it and produce something that they know parents are gonna pay to see because there's nothing
if
else.
you release
out
it
there.
at the right time,
You release it at the
when
right
there's no other
time.
movies,
When the only option for July 4th weekend is fucking Tammy, so which is obviously not appropriate for
not
kids.
anything else out there. Not for kids, just.
I mean, like, there's Planet of the Apes, but even that's pretty dark.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
But,
All seems pretty bad. Transformers, right?
oh god,
I'm just saying it's an option.
I don't think even the parents want to sit through that.
No, I'm not telling them to take the kids. I'm just saying that's what's a movie.
Yeah, it's like How to Train Your Dragon 2 is like really the only other kid movie out there, and after you see that one, it's like crap. Now what? Oh, where's Echo?
All right. Well, don't even buy it on VHS.
No.
Do not buy this on VHS. That's how bad it is.
Oh, VHS. Oh, good old times. All right. No, it wasn't. They had to rewind all the time with pain in the ass. Anyway.
Well, I like pausing it exactly where it was. Just pop it in and restart exactly. I didn't have to go through no screen menu, blah, 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 blah.
Nowadays with Blu-ray, you can just start right where you left off.
Okay, well, I just use the internet.
Okay, there you go. All right, so, yeah, I guess we'll move on to trailers, and I feel like we pretty much went over the whole movie.
Like, man, don't see it. Don't recommend it. That's all I have to say.
I mean,
And I hate being mean. But they could have done better.
I've seen worse, but yeah, it's not very good. What is this? Okay, that I will deal with later. All right, so that being said, I guess let's move on to trailers. So what do we got? Let me put on my little list here. We only got 3, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Then the rest were car commercials.
Okay.
Except we had that one restaurant movie. I forget what it was called, but even that was like more like a 30-second commercial.
Oh, c'est François.
Yeah.
Oui, monsieur.
What caught our attention is like produced by Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey.
And then you knew it had to be good. It could not be bad movie. I don't know. That was pretty bad.
But you can't say anything bad about Oprah. Her men have scopes. So,
Okay, I'm just gonna. Yeah, let's talk about the other trailers.
so the one we got, I can tell right. I know how this review's gonna go already. Dolphin's Tale 2.
We know who's reviewing that one.
Yeah, Patrick will be on that one. If you saw my review of Tammy. Yeah, I feel kind of bad for how I treated Patrick in the last review.
Patrick will bounce back. He's a tough kid.
He does, but I feel kind of bad because I kind of blew up on him. Again.
That's what it's gonna be like. Hope.
I mean, it looks incredibly cheesy. It looks
They
like...
gave away the whole plot in the trailer.
And they did. They told me the entire story. Like, the whole thing was like, the dolphin from the first movie, I guess, is sick for some reason. And then he goes, she needs another female dolphin. It's like, no.
I mean,
No, she probably needs a mate.
I didn't want to get into the politicalness of dolphins and tanks, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Say nothing.
Is it a lesbian dolphin? Or I would...
I have no more comments on this because it's only gonna
Are you
get me
sure?
in trouble.
With who?
With
The Dolphin Association? Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
They're not watching this.
dolphin clubs? Yeah, they're like the moose lodges.
I'll take them on. I've already insulted way worse people than that. I'm not scared of them.
But no, I mean,
Watch,
have you seen their dorsal fins? They fall over to the side because they're not in use enough because these things belong in the ocean.
So wait a minute, all the dolphin people.
You can tell they're sick.
Are you saying all the people in the Dolphin Association are actual dolphins?
Yeah, of course. Except for me.
You're gonna keep doing that. We're gonna
No,
have a
we're
problem.
stop. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about no dolphin. That's
No. There was something I saw in the trailer that kind of made me question. It's like they made this big stink whether or not 2 dolphins can be in the same tank together. Why the hell not? That's kind of what.
Why are the dolphins in any tanks? Put them in the ocean where they belong. You fiends. monsters.
You know, you're not gonna earn points with PETA by the.
I'm not trying to earn points
going
with
the
them.
Free Willy route.
They're nuts. I don't want to deal with them. I'm just talking about what's healthy for animals and what's not. And putting a thing in a tank where it can't swim frickin' 500 miles a day is not helpful.
Well, I'm not taking you to the zoo.
Put me in the zoo. No, I belong in the circus.
Okay, moving on. Another trailer you did not look particularly thrilled to get. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's just, the CGI looks so offensively bad.
It didn't look that bad. I've seen worse.
It's such a corrupted form of what I envision remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh, so you're a hardcore Turtle
Not a
fan.
hardcore, but I mean, I was a fan. I'm not perfect. I can name all four. I don't know their colors, but it felt bad. The way they are animated feels really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the design of them either. That being said, there's one trailer for they released not too long ago that makes it look like it actually might be pretty self-aware. So that can save it if they do it right.
Well, Megan Fox is in there, so that should only make it.
Yeah, that's. I'm not gonna talk about that. But it's. I know, Michael Bay is producing it, and you can feel his influence just in the way that it's shot and the way that it looks. But he's not directing it, so in that there's a shred of hope. But. A shred.
Shredder?
Even the shredder looked like kind of did overkill. But anyway, I just know there's a line in the last trailer where someone goes, "So wait, they're aliens?" And Megan Fox goes, "No, that's stupid. They're turtles."
That is stupid. But
and another line that says, "Okay, so we have 4 Ninja Turtles. Find a giant robot samurai. Why not?"
Why not? Yeah.
So I was like, okay. If it's actually that self-aware, I might actually enjoy it. I'm not counting on it.
Earth to Echo could have been made use of being self-aware.
It could have,
Well,
but
maybe
it
was
didn't.
too self-aware with those first person.
Yeah, that annoys me after a while.
Alright.
But yeah, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm not opposed to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm just cringing at the CGI of them.
Fair enough. And last one, oh god. You know which one?
No, I have no idea.
Planes.
Oh, well,
2.
at least that wasn't an offensive promo. It was just a promo.
It's not offensive to you, maybe. Apparently.
Well, it's just
My
Disney
hate.
trying to, get in on the cash cow that Pixar has provided for them.
Oh, God.
And they have no reason not to do it.
They have every reason not to do it. The franchise fucking sucks.
It doesn't matter. It makes money. Money doesn't care if it sucks or not. Money, 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 money. Get the money.
God. My hate for the Cars franchise is pretty much legendary.
Well, did you see the first one?
I like the first Cars.
Everyone likes
fine.
the first one.
But I thought it was okay. The second one was terrible.
Just because at that point Disney's executives put their arm into Pixar and started moving them around.
And they decided to do a freaking spin-off with Dane Cook as the lead.
Just stop being mad and realize that this is Disney doing this, and that you just have to accept Disney as an evil corporation that's going to just try to make money. And as soon as you do that, then you'll realize it's just dumb. Move along. Forget those guys. Give me a bat. The next time I see him, I'll smash him in the heads. Did I say that out loud?
Do I need to say anything? I think I feel like I can just let you go and just.
You just need to have a little
just pull the
back.
strain in the back. You know?
Oh, like Woody.
Yeah, like Woody.
Howdy, partner. I know the whole saying of that through. You don't want me to do
that your Texan accent?
No, that's just my Woody accent. I can do a Texan accent. I table at KSJS in this accent. I say, howdy, y'all, you like music? And they're like, I like everything but country. And I'm like, good, we don't even play country. We play everything else. And it really confuses them. As I like to confuse. It's fun.
Oh, this is why I like having you on, Lewis.
I'm excited for Hercules.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited to do that. So you all better be prepared for that.
I think Wesley could join us for that one, too.
That sounds good.
If that Hercules movie doesn't have a 50-foot lightning penis sword, I'm going to be mad.
It's got The Rock. You already won. It's The Rock.
Yeah, but it won't beat the other Hercules movie that came out this year.
Probably not.
Because that one had a 50-foot lightning penis sword. That was amazing.
Yeah, well, not everybody can be just like that. Only one.
I don't know who knows. It's directed by Brett Ratner, though. It's that kind of.
I don't even know what that is.
He directed X-Men 3.
Didn't see it. Was it good?
No.
You see? Shouldn't have seen it. I told you. I told you.
Okay, so I think final thoughts.
Earth to Echo. I wanted you to be good. Thank you for some interesting CGI. Thank you for Munch and his mother, and some other lighter points. But otherwise, absolute waste of your time. never spend a cent on this film.
It's not the worst kids movie I've ever seen. I've seen far worse. Like I sat through Smurfs too.
Yeah.
That was much worse.
It's not. It is not atrocious.
It's just pretty forgettable. Like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm not gonna remember anything about this movie.
Just a D+.
Like even I'd say it's
because F
D.
is okay.
Like it's just a solid.
I'm giving
D.
it a plus for the CGI.
Like, I mean, it wasn't the worst thing I've suffered through. It's certainly not the best. So I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, if you have a kid and you're really that desperate,
you need to send him to a movie.
If you need to get him to shut up for an hour and a half, I guess
you're gonna have to buy him food because every kid we saw in there had like a meal of popcorn and a Slurpee.
I mean, you can do worse.
7-Eleven today, I could have got a free Slurpee. Ay. You could do worse.
Regrets.
You could do like us.
Regrets. We didn't get a Slurpee for the movie.
Yeah. Ooh.
We should do that. We should do that next time.
Damn you, Obama. I thought I'd throw it in there.
Really? You're afraid about upsetting the Dolphin Association, but you're perfectly okay with the Democrats.
What? No, like damn you, Obama has no meaning behind it whatsoever. It's pointless. But comments on how we should treat dolphins and other animals and other human beings, I would probably be speaking the truth about.
Fair enough.
So about robotic owls that really don't communicate well, you can pass. You'll be okay.
What he said. We'll be back next week with, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Ooh, that should be fun.
I actually saw that one last night. It's actually really good.
Ooh, a little prequel, sequel.
Yeah. So, we'll talk to you guys about that next week.
Right, you call that a prequel, sequel?
It's, I guess. Reboot, sequel?
Well, because, I don't know.
We'll talk about it later. Bye, guys.